Bung bung. Feeling tired? That. Perk up and level up with Bung Bung Coffee's delicious modern dark roast. Your favourite brewer's favourite brew. bungbungcoffee.com. cockney-accented for all my dates and all your Clay McMath comedy, and welcome to the Poddy merch. That's cockney-accented.com, CLAYMCMATH comedy.com. We've got all my dates. We've got a bunch of dates up at the moment. I'm not going to go through them all right now, but go to cockney-accented.com to find those. There's a lot in Adelaide, rural South Australia, and I think we got Melbourne and Brisbane on there too. So if you're from there, have a look. cockney-accented.com. Let's start the show.
Welcome to the party. Best show on the internet. Ask anybody. You know it's easy money. Sit back, relax, get your headphones, everybody. Welcome to the party. Blackout in the booth. Every episode's a party. We go hard like Ricky Bobby. Tell a friend to tell a friend. This is welcome to the party.
Welcome to the party, bung bung. It's your man Claytron, aka the big boss man, aka the clumsy jeweler, because I'm always dropping gems, aka the milkman, because I always deliver, aka the PhD of podcasting, the magnum PI of podcasting, the captain, the Greg Popovich of podcasting, because I am cooked, bro. Get me a support worker. Dude, did you guys see Pop? Man, I don't want to go too crazy on somebody that just had a stroke, but what, he's coming back to work? Think he's going to be like the president of basketball or something at the San Antonio Spurs instead of head coaching, which is great. He's a great basketball mind, but I don't think this man should be coming back to work. Obviously, he loves it. He loves it more than anything. He loves basketball. He's passionate about it. That's what he's trying to. He's trying to just pursue that passion. I don't know how old he is now. I think they stopped keeping count, bro. When I started knowing who Pop was, he was probably 80 back then, and that was 40 years ago. So I don't really know how he's doing it. I don't know if he squandered all his cash. He doesn't have a retirement plan. He doesn't know how to get out. Maybe he owes some people. Maybe he's like Bruno Mars. Bruno Mars is out there doing a residency in Vegas, performing every night, on the hamster wheel, just like the superstars, what the Monstars had planned for the NBA All-Stars, to just perform every night at their sort of theme park on planet Watchamatits or whatever. So I don't know if that's what Bruno Mars is doing right now, because apparently he's got gambling debts. So he's just doing shows to pay that off. He's not even taking cash at this point. He's just like, I'm in the hole. It's either break my legs and roll me out on the stage like I'm Elvis Presley, or I'll just bang out these performances for like 19 years and we can call it even. And that's a sad time. That's a sad time for all of us, really. But that's maybe what Greg Popovich is into. I don't know why he's still in the game. He's got an old lady wife. He doesn't even have like a young Jeff Bezos wife number 2. He's just OG wife. He's got an OG wife with new school values, All he does, this is pre-stroke apparently. He might have been stroking out while he was doing it, but he kept coming up on, press conferences following the game. Oh, what did you think about the third quarter, bro? You shot too many threes. And he's just like, Black Lives Matter. It's like, what are you talking about, Pop? And we got Steve Kerr sort of heading in that same direction. And he was, he was an assistant for Pop at one point. I think he also played for Pop. You got to be a weird motherfucker to be a coach. Being a head coach of a pro sports team is the same sort of I could do that attitude, or like motivation, not motivation, but like dream chasing type shit where you believe maybe too much in yourself. Your ego is so big that you could be the president of the United States or some type of prime minister. You know, royalty sort of born into that shit, and the ego's then force fed into them because you need the ego to run shit. So they train your ego, but like motherfuckers is just like, yeah, I'm going to get into politics, man. I'm going to change the motherfucking world. It's like, what? Who the fuck do you think you are? That's kind of the same shit as what it has to be a head coach. It's like, shit, I could do that. It's the same attitude as like going to the modern art museum and being like, this is all bullshit, bro. I could do that. It's like, but you didn't, bro. Because all you do is sit at home and smoke cones all day, dude. You really need to put paint to canvas to pull this shit off. You really need to glue a watering can to 1,000 nails or vice versa to pull this shit off, bro. You can't just say you're going to do it. You got to do it. And that's what a head coach does. Head coach is like, all right, I'm going to start in the video, in the film room, you know, and I'm going to cut tape for the coaches, but I'm going to learn everything as I cut tape. And then I'm going to stab someone in the back or even worse, poison them, you know, like actual poison a motherfucker to try and take their job, you know? Oh, now I'm going to start self-sabotaging and shit. I'm going to fuck my boss's wife so I get fired and I've got to do it from the ground up again in Houston. That's the type of shit a head coach does, and that's the type of shit a politician does. It's like, okay, I can legally murder people now, so let's drop a bomb on these motherfuckers, but while we're at it, let's fucking kill somebody secretly too. And put all their names on a laptop. Ooh, that sounds dope. Let's keep the evidence. So that if someone looks at the laptop, they got to die. And then all of a sudden, 12 people, the last thing they did before they die was look at this laptop. But no one can point the finger at me. Now I don't know if I'm talking about politics or head coaching at this point. That's the similarities is the type of shit I'm pointing out right now. So I don't know what pops into is what I'm trying to say. But he's like, you're going to be all like crazy like that, but you're still going to be like, free Palestine or whatever. I was like, dude, I was just asking about your defense or whatever. Like, it's just, he's just a different dude, bro. First wife. He's still on his first wife. He likes black dudes. He has black dudes on his team, bro. You know, he's got fucking Frenchies. He's always got international dudes. He's got a French black dude. He's got Stephon Castle, bro. Chris Paul. And then he's just fucking got Zach Collins, bro. What? Which is dope. Bro. That's a quality. That's a DEI hire because Zach Collins, I can do what Zach Collins does, which is mostly grab. I could grab 2 rebounds a game and clap my hands. I could do that. Bro. So I don't know. Sign me to the Spurs, brother. I can get unhinged in a fucking post-game press conference, bro. For sure. Oh, dude, you want to get unhinged? I'll start calling motherfuckers out by name. Referees, front office, fucking opposing players, my teammates. I'll go crazy, dude. I'll just be like, dude, yeah. Oh, what went wrong tonight, Clay? What did you feel like? Looked like you had a pretty solid performance. You know, you got your 2 rebounds. You were clapping your fucking tits off on the bench for the other 46 minutes. But what do you feel has gone wrong with the team? I'll be like, well, listen, look, I don't know how this organization thinks we're going to get any better when we're making decisions like signing a motherfucker like fucking... Trying to think of like one of the worst players in the NBA right now. Shit, everyone's pretty good, man. Yeah, dude. Miles Bridges. So I don't, and then I'll start talking personal too. I'll be like, yeah, Miles Bridges, he's fucking 6'10", out there shooting threes every 5 minutes. He's got the highest vert in the league. He's out there shooting fucking threes. Why don't you dunk a ball, cunt? Stop hitting your wife and hit the fucking backboards, bro. Get some rebounds. And motherfuckers going to be like, oh, that's enough, Clay. I'll be like, no. You asked, bro. And I'll keep going. I'll be like, oh, Kevin Porter Jr. Oh, yeah. Yeah, nice. Fucking dirty play. He undercut me tonight. He can't stop hitting people. He hits me, hits his girlfriend. People are you just, do you have something wrong? Do you have something against domestic violence? And I'll be like, yeah, I do. And then I'll get blackballed from the league for speaking up. I'll be the Colin Kaepernick of the NBA. But then the NFL will sign me. The NFL will sign me, bro. Because I can't stop talking about hitting women. And they just love hitting women in the NFL, bro. CTE. Hashtag CTE. Shout out to brain damage and all that. It's a good sport. Modern day gladiators. But I can't remember what I was talking about. Oh, yeah. Shout out to Pop. Hope he's doing okay. And maybe he, since he doesn't have a retirement plan, hopefully he can get on some type of disability pension and sort of move his way out of the league. Because I don't think he should be working, bro. I don't think he should be working, bro. Looks tough, bro. Looks tough. He should move. He actually should move here. Start coaching the Adelaide 36ers. I know they like to switch coaches every 3 weeks. Coach the Adelaide 36ers, bro. Get yourself on an NDIS plan as well. Come here, coach for 1 year, retire, NDIS yourself up. And bang. Now you're going on a trip every year paid for by the government. You're like, hell yeah, baby. I'm going up to Hamilton Island. That's on the house. That's on the taxpayer, bro. Give me that. And that's Greg Popovich. Should have had generational wealth, but he didn't have a financial advisor. He literally donated 100% of his career earnings to Black Lives Matter. And now some fucking scam artist has a compound in fucking Phoenix or something. Houston just got a compound where like a couple black people live and they shoot hoops every day or whatever. And that's Black Lives Matter. So donate to Black Lives Matter if you've got too much money. But they're not really, they actually do. Black Lives Matter fucking scammed dudes. I donated to them. If you want to give money away, bro, don't donate to shit. Go to claymcmathcomedy.com and buy yourself a t-shirt. And help me out because I accidentally donated Black Lives Matter and now those motherfuckers are living pretty off my dime. Pay your taxes, make sure Pop gets a retirement plan, and buy a motherfucking t-shirt. That's all I'm trying to say, bro. Yeah! I came to a realization about, like, you know, just through comedy. Like, I love making people laugh. That's fun. But I love making my girl and my kid laugh so much. Rachel's laugh, though. I love it. It's infectious. It's fun. I like to make sure I get it out of her. And, you know, you could, that could be innuendo, but I'm really talking about her laugh here. And it's a pretty aggressive laugh, bro. And I was thinking about it because I made her laugh last night, and which makes me laugh. Like I said, it's infectious. I love it. But it made me, I was trying to consider, I was like, what's a sexy laugh? Because I've talked about this on the podcast before too. I was seeing this girl once, or not, I don't even see it. I was hooking up with this girl once, and she kept trying to be cute all the time, like trying to be cute, like effort. You know how effortless is way more sexy than mad effort? But like, you still need to try to do shit. You can't just be like not trying, but like sometimes you got to be not trying. Especially when it comes to your laugh. You can't be forcing a new laugh or like a different laugh. But this chick thought she was cute, or she was trying to be cute or whatever. And she wasn't Asian either. And this is going to look mad Asian, but she went like this all the time. And I was like, fucking gross, bitch. I'm not really like heaps into that. You know? Stop trying so hard when you're laughing. Laughing is supposed to be like a involuntary response. And you'll do and she had the sexiest dimples, bro. And I think that was part of it. She wanted to laugh with her mouth closed to really get those fucking indentations, bro. And she did that, but it still wasn't hot, bro, because she was trying so hard to be cute. My opinion. Maybe she wasn't. Maybe that was involuntary. All of this shit, Maybe that was all mad involuntary, but it made me think, because I was thinking about that. And it made me think like, what would you prefer then, Clay? What's a sexy laugh? And I had like one of my best friends in high school, bro. We went to the same primary school, knew each other from there. And then high school, our relationship just fucking blossomed into this beautiful friendship, man. And like I crushed on her for the whole high school. Crushed on her, bro. Never told her. Well, kind of told her twice. I told her once. She was pretty small, like mad frail bodied or whatever. And I just said to her one time, I was just like, yo, when you get a bit older, you know, when you're like fucking 22 or some shit, you're going to be the baddest bitch of all time. And she just goes like, she just laughed like in my face and she goes, are you just trying to tell me when I get tits, I'm going to be hot? I was like, no, like don't even get them. Don't even get tits, bro. Keep the flat chest. You're still going to be the baddest. Like, it's just the mad young looking. I've told you guys a couple of weeks ago, I had a couple of, not acquired taste, just a couple of told you so girls. Like I knew back in high school, I was like, yeah, I'm going to hook up with her. I know you guys don't think she's hot, but she is, trust me, and you'll eventually understand. And they understand now. Had a couple girls like that. And this was, I didn't hook up with this girl, but she was one of them. I was just like, no, you are banging, dude, but people don't know it yet and you don't know it. You're just mad young looking. Mad young looking. You got skinny face. When you get older, your face rounds out a bit. You're gonna have some meat on your cheeks, like your face cheeks. And like you're just gonna be bad. Like I was like, I think you're the baddest bitch ever. And she just laughed in my face. Because that's our relationship, and she had the best laugh, bro. And I think that's the sound of it is now hardwired into my DNA. And I won't be surprised if like Kenny, when he gets older, hears a laugh like this and I don't know, like pops a stiffy or something. I don't know, but like it's a visceral sound. I can hear it in my head right now. And I'm going to do it for you guys. And I know it's fucking like 90% guys that listen to this shit. So I just want to give a quick disclaimer or warning that this laugh is going to sound like a little bit more masculine than what's in my head just because of my physiology. But there is a good chance that it's going to fucking turn you on nonetheless, okay? Because this is a sexy laugh. And the description that I'd like to give for it would be giggle, squeak, inhale. And she used to body that shit. And her best friend used to have the same laugh. And guess what, bro? Just like I said, they just both grew up into fucking absolute baddies, dude. Okay? So don't even fucking try me with this shit. I can see it coming. All right? Sorry, dude. When I was in high school, I could look at one of my peers and be like, you are going to be a fucking woman. And yeah, they'd laugh in my face. And there was another time, bro, she lived around the corner from me too, which was like really good for our friendship. But you know what's not good for your friendship is when it's not daylight saving, so it gets dark early, you know? So the mother nature's mood lighting sort of hits you. And you're hanging out, just talking dumb shit, giggling with this sexy laugh, which I haven't forgotten. I'm going to do it for you. And you're just hanging out, you know, like I can't remember what we're doing, watching TV or fucking around on MSN Messenger or something, you know, at my house. And the mother nature's mood lighting hits. And I decided to like finally be vulnerable with her and just be like, yo, I'm going to say her first name here. I'll be like, hey, Millie, here's the truth. Like, you know, I've always sort of felt this type of way with you. And she was still giggling and she giggled and she let the giggle sort of fade out. She oh, gave me the aw. And she was like, Clay, don't do this. And I was like, okay. And we never spoke of it again. And we remained friends for the rest of high school. And then, you know, I left for 10 years and then I came back and I think I've seen her. I bumped into her at a nightclub once when nightclubs were still a thing. And that's it, bro. But it was such a good friendship. It was such a good friendship. And she was right. She was right. Sometimes when you're young, you're like, oh, I don't want to ruin our friendship. And I was like, bitch, I wouldn't talk to you if I didn't want to fuck you, bro. But this was like a real friendship, bro. And yeah, so her laugh is like hardwired. It still pumps through my veins, dude. And every now and then, because I listen to podcasts whenever I'm driving and shit, every now and then there'll be like a guest that has a giggle like this, and I'll just think of Millie, dude. And I'll be like, wowee. There's a lot of friends from high school that listen to this shit and they know exactly who I'm talking about, and that's fine. And maybe they didn't even know that I was crushing on her for fucking 4 years, 5 years, 4 years. What's high school? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think in like other states maybe, or even countries, like 7, 8 is like middle school, and then 9, 10, 11, 12 is high school. But our high school was like 8 to 12. So 5 years, man, crushing on her so hard. But this was how her laugh went. Giggle, squeak, inhale. It was like trying to figure out how to do the giggle, like not too manly. But like I said, dude, some of you guys are probably driving right now and you might start fucking squirting all over your windshield and shit. And it's like, it's not gay if you do it, okay? Even though it's me making the sound, like this isn't gay if you start fucking spraying out everywhere, all right? Because this is a sexy laugh, all right? So it goes like, no, hold on. Goes like, no, hold on. It's in my head, but it's not coming out the way I want it to come out, dude. And that's no hormones as well. Like, oh, dude, like it doesn't sound right when I do it, but you get the gist of it, bro. That is just fucking like, it sounds, it's like a pat on your back. Like, you just made me laugh so hard, even though that's their laugh for everything. Even if it's like a tiny laugh, they go like, it's like, oh, I knocked that shit out of the park. So you get like this cute little giggle, and then you get like the breath of a woman in your ear, but also you get a fucking pat on the back. Shit, dude. But that's what, yeah, making my girl laugh made me think about that. And I don't wish that she had another laugh. I love her laugh. It makes me laugh. Her laugh makes me laugh, which then makes her like call me cute or whatever. And then bang, bang, somebody's pregnant or whatever. That's really how the cycle goes. And it all starts with laughter. And that's why you should go to claimmcmathcomedy.com and come to one of my next shows if you're trying to have a baby, because we'll loosen you up. Shit. What else has been happening? Oh yeah, the NBA, dude. So, let's just have a look here. Boston versus New York. New York's up 2-0. Hands up if you thought that was going to happen. Not me, bro. Not me. Because I called early. Knicks out in the second round, probably in a sweep. They're up 2-0 on the Celtics. So that'll be interesting to see how the Celtics respond next game. But they need to respond like crazy is what they need to fucking do. I'll tell you what they need to do is stop shooting three. I know this analytics shit. How about let's chill with letting nerds run shit, bro? You know, we've already got Jeff Bezos and fucking Elon Musk and Bill Gates and Zuckerfuck. Dude, all these fucking nerds running the world. Running shit. Yeah, well, actually, technology is like, shut the fuck up and fucking stop telling me to restart my computer. Just make it work. You know? Fucking type something. Stop telling me to turn it off and on again. And then we're just gonna have the nerds run the NBA, huh? Oh, okay, all of these fucking strong dudes, athletes. And we're gonna have some nerds like, well, actually, if you shoot threes, that's actually 1 more point per possession. How about percentages, bro? How about a layup is worth only one less point and is like 50% chance more of going in, dude? Yeah, there's some traffic there. You know where else there's traffic? At the 3-point line. You know how hard it is to shoot a 3-pointer? Go to the fucking hole, dude. And then all these guys just shoot 11 threes a game and hit one? And then they're like, oh, Donovan Mitchell had 48 points tonight, but 1 for 11 threes. It's like, yeah, dude. Imagine if he shot 5 threes and he had 5 more layups. He's probably going to get fouled. You've got a couple of them become 3-point plays. A couple of them go in. You're already at 12 points just there. So bang, instead of having 48 points, he has 60, and you guys win the fucking game. But instead you want to shoot 1 for 11 threes is stupid. Jason Tatum's doing the same shit. Like, one of these games our threes are bound to fall. Yeah, well, you're down 2-0. Make a fucking adjustment. Go to the hoop. Stop listening to the fucking cunts behind laptops and read the game. These guys are like, well, actually, they say that if you miss this many threes in a row, then you're going to hit this many threes in a row after that. It's like, why are you listening to a guy, a virgin, bro, who every time out, he's like watching hentai porn or something? Like, I get it. Analytics this and analytics that. Analytics can save lives, you know, when you start. That's why we've got speed limits or whatever. But to me, it's just like, look, if you can get... Why are people passing up wide open layups to throw it out to a 3-point shot? Hit the layup. You're going to miss the 3. Hit the fucking layup. Go back on defense. Get the ball again and do it again. Like, what? You're not good enough, bro. That's why Golden State won all those championships, because no one else could do it like they could do it. Then I'm playing in the fucking South Australian local league, and my coach is like, here, we're gonna run this offense. This is what the Golden State Warriors and the Houston Rockets run. It's like, okay, well, it works for Golden State. Doesn't even work for Houston. Out first round. James Harden can't fucking perform in the playoffs. And you think fucking some 17-year-old dude with his first pubes can shoot the rock like Steph Curry? Wake up. Not everybody can do it. Cleveland can't do it. Boston can't do it. New York can do it sometimes. Miami could do it enough to get to the finals, but then lose. No one can do it like those Golden State teams could. But we're going to try and replicate it with these whack rosters. Now you got Biggs shooting 3. You got fucking Evan Mobley shooting 3s, dude. Bruh. Reach up, drop the ball in the fucking hoop. Victor Wembanyama shooting like 8 threes a game. What are we doing here? Get in there. Alley-oop, bro. Get an offensive board. Put that bitch back in there. You're going to score 1,000 points if you fucking hit the paint. Work your way around the key. Hit the fucking paint. Unbelievable, bro. It's so hard to watch these guys. And they're like, oh, yeah, I don't really know what happened tonight, but, I trust in my game. I put in the work. I trust in the work. It's like, do you trust in your fucking brain, dude? Get to the hole, bro. What are we doing? I feel like Stephen Clay Smith right now, but I don't even have the energy to go into that because these guys have drained me. No. Home loans, brother. But yeah, Boston's down 2-0 to the Knicks. You got Indiana up on Cleveland 2-0. I think you got Golden State up 1-0 on Minnesota. And you got Denver and OKC tied at 1-1. Are there more teams still in it? Or is that it now? I think that might be it, no? Fucked if I know, bro. But yeah, dude, get to the paint is all I'm trying to say. Like, yeah, I'm not an NBA coach, but dude, I don't know if there's any amount of analytics that can make me believe that a bad 3 is better than a bad 2. I think a bad two's got a better chance of going in. A mid-range jumper is actually a bad shot. Okay. Tell that to Michael 6-0 Jordan, you stupid cunt. Oh, man. Tell that to fucking DeMar mid-range Rosen, bro. DeRozan. Although he's never won shit either, but ethical hoops, bro. Oh, Kobe, 5 rings Bryant, dude. Tell him that middy's not a good shot. What are you talking about? Some of the most just winningest players of all time, just like their mid-range games elite. And you know what else they had? Centers that fucked with the key. Shaquille O'Neal. You know, Horace Grant, Pau Gasol, Andrew Bynum, Luke Longley. Paint. Dude, we need to start recruiting Italians, dude. We need to start recruiting dudes named Leonardo da Vinci and fucking Michelangelo. We need to start running offenses called the Sistine Chapel. So people are like, what are you talking about? I'm talking about the paint, motherfucker. Paint. Get in the paint, dunk that shit, go back, play defense. We need to recruit only Italian coaches. They can't even speak English. All they talk as is the only English words they can say are actually Italian words, and it's words like Da Vinci, Michelangelo, fucking whatever else, whoever else, Donatello, Raphael, you know, Ninja Turtles. Just get in the paint. That's all I'm saying. I'd take him to preschool. I'd take the whole Boston Celtics squad to preschool and lay paper out everywhere, and they'd be in their uniforms. They'd be like, what the fuck is this about? I'd be like, get chest naked right now. Dip yourself in paint. Get in the paint and do some artwork on this huge paper I got down. Get in the paint. I would make it so it would be ingrained in them, bro. While you got Houston just running, bro, getting their fitness up, getting that cardio in. I've got my guys rolling around in paint, swimming in pools full of paint. That's their cardio, swimming in paint, the thickness. Yeah, we're going to lose a couple guys. A couple guys are going to drown because it's hard to swim in thick shit, but we're going to be the most cardio-rich team in the league, and we're going to be in the paint. Do you understand me? In the paint. It's going to be subconscious, bro. We're going to have absolutely no court spacing because we're going to have 5 guys in the fucking paint, dude. And then analytics is going to come back to me, and they're going to be like, shit. Everyone's actually shooting above 80% from the field. We're winning games by 95 points on average. And we're like, yeah. Yeah, dude, because we went to Montessori in the offseason and we got in the paint. Analyze this, dude. Shout out to Adam Sandler. Is that even him? Analyze this. Is that him? No, that's anger management. Analyze this. Oh, De Niro and Billy Crystal or some shit. I don't know. That could be it. If it is, Google that. You guys, this is where it'd be nice to have Boardman here. Just Google that. Just tell me I'm right or whatever. But it's hard. It's hard, bro. Hard. No home loans. Shit. But yeah, that's my NBA update. And I did watch a new movie, so why don't we go into Clay's reviews?
Comedy, action, horror. Will this movie win an Oscar? Set design, directing, acting, lighting, or costumes. This segment is Clay's reviews.
All right. this is sort of what happened here. I watched a movie on Netflix called Havoc. I hadn't heard Nathan about it. Daniel, absolutely Daniel about it. And it had Tom Hardy in it. I was like, oh shit, I like Tom Hardy. He's one of my favorites. Let's watch this. And it was an hour and 40, which isn't a bad length. It's one of my preferred lengths for a film. No home loans, brother. But basically, it's a drug deal gone wrong, and then this homicide cop who's got a bit of a dirty past gets involved, and he's got to find this politician's son who got involved with this shit and return him to the politician to get out of this like devil's deal that he's got with the politician. But on the way, he finds out that the other cops that he used to be dirty with are in on this shit too. And it's like hella complicated, but also like there's no complication to it. It was mad fucking exhausting to watch. I don't know why I'm swearing so much today. I don't know. But it was mad exhausting to watch. I don't know if I'm like getting older or some shit, but it was just mad like guns, dude. Mad gunfire. The start of the film was kind of quiet. Well, it wasn't even quiet actually. It started out with a bang. High-speed chase to start the movie. So I don't know what I'm talking about. I guess it was the only time it wasn't gunshots. It still was loud. It still was sirens and car engines revving and tires screeching. But the gunshots there, I think I've seen John Wick. John Wick has a lot of quiet spaces in between, and there's a lot of hand-to-hand combat, which I prefer. I prefer to hear the thud of a fist breaking an orbital bone, or like a face hitting a desk or some shit. I prefer that to every weapon was automatic too in this movie, except like one cop was using a revolver for God knows why. The Yakuza or the Triads or whatever, some Asian gang, they all had like the switch on the Glock or whatever. So everything they were using, extended clips with an automatic switch. So it's AK-47s and Uzis and shit, and it just didn't stop. If you think what I have done to you right now, you guys are like, this is a fucking audio medium. I'm driving my car. How dare you make that sound? Well, that was 1 second that I just did. Try doing it for an hour and 40 minutes. Yeah, like I said, I don't know if I'm just like an old man now or whatever, but I liked John Wick. Give me some hand-to-hand combat so I don't have to. It was so much, dude. It was hectic. It was like if, you know how they make books into movies? It was like if they made like a Griselda song into a movie, like a West Side Gun song. They movified it. And they took out all of the like references to luxury brands. Instead, it would be all the gunshot sounds and no luxury brands, and they would talk about like flannelette shirts and cabins in the woods or whatever. And like drinking bad coffee while they're on night shift or something. Like do. I was walking in the office with my coffee, doing it the way I always do it. This bitch asked me if I called him. I said, bitch, are you stupid? Do. That's what this movie basically was that. There was no like, dude, the director, Gareth Evans, I think his name is, he did this series of films called The Raid. And there's like The Raid Redemption and The Raid this. Like it's almost like the Bourne Ultimatum, the Bourne Diaries, you know? The Bourne Inception, you know, just adding words. And that's what The Raid is like. It's The Raid Redemption. The Raid. of the Lost Ark or whatever. And those movies are so good because they're like modern, proper kung fu films. And this had one scene in a nightclub where there was some pretty cool shit happening. Motherfuckers getting chopped up by a cleaver and shit in a nightclub. I don't know why there's a cleaver. I think one of the triad brought it in. And there was some pretty cool stunts in there. Pretty basic ones though. Like basic and cool at the same time. There was no fucking creative kills in this movie. Not one. I think there was a harpoon gun at one point, but it wasn't even like, they should have made it more unrealistic. If you're going to do the harpoon gun, do something unrealistic like, what's it called? Like flying fox. Do like a flying fox from one building to another, like holding on to this bitch as the harpoons through her neck or whatever. Like that's the type of shit I'm looking for, is at least one creative kill. They liked doing these shotgun kills in slow-mo, which was the only reprieve you got from the gunfire. So it'd be like, brrr, 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 and then a motherfucker would like fly back with CGI blood coming out of him, which I hate too, by the way. I don't want CGI blood. I want blood packets. I want practical effects for that. Blood, practical, always, dude. That's my note for anyone in Hollywood listening. Practical effects always when it comes to blood. All right, but yeah, it's like silence. So you get like 2 seconds, and it's just like this beautiful like welcomed silence, and then it's just straight back into AKs and assault rounds, and it was hectic, bro. It was so hectic. One of the shotgun kills was kind of cool because he shot this dude and he went flying because it was like a close range shotgun. So he starts flying, slow-mo. He recocks it, no hormones. Fires again while the guy's already flying in the air. Hits him a second time. Hits him twice. So that was kind of cool. There was a little bit of hand-to-hand shit, but it was in like mad hectic environments. So you didn't just hear like you hear all that plus. So you get the point. It was hectic, and I don't think it's just because I'm an old man, because I usually get mad. Like we'll watch something, me and Rach, and it'll be like an hour in, and then finally there'll be like a scene for 40 seconds. It's just like, and Rach is like, this is too much. This is stupid. It's like 40 seconds, dude. Just give it a second, and we'll get back to the, dudes making out or whatever it is. All male gangbang or whatever fucking shit we're watching. But this whole movie was just loud and hectic. So I don't know. I just wasn't really feeling that. The final scene at the lake house had like this crazy sense of justice where like the whole film didn't really have that. You couldn't tell if Tom Hardy really gave a fuck or if it was like he was acting selfishly, or did he actually want there to be justice? And then at the end, it's all justice. And it's like, can we get some justice out of Duke before we get to that point? Sometimes the main character doesn't have to be a complete mystery. Sometimes it's good to have some depth to a motherfucker. And they tried that. He's going through a divorce. He's got a daughter. It's Christmas time. He goes and buys her the shittiest Christmas present ever. And then you don't talk to the family again for the whole film. And then right at the end when he's getting arrested, his partner goes, I'll make sure she gets it. He's like, what? But he's American, but we'll keep him British. What? She's like, the Christmas present. He's like, no, I don't want to ruin her Christmas. And it's like, oh, so this is a Christmas movie. Oh, sorry, I forgot it was Christmas because we didn't mention the little girl again since the very start of the movie. We still don't really know anything about you other than you're like cranky and you used to be a bad cunt and you still kind of are a bad cunt, but now all of a sudden, right at the very end, you care. You like mad at the cunts that did the same shit that you did, so you want to get them, even though you were there. What are we doing? What are we actually talking about? If there was just like a sense of why we care about the main character. I talk about this a lot, bro. Why do I care? You know, when they tell you about writing, who, what, when, where, why, they talk a lot about why is this happening. You need to start talking about why does anybody care about this? Why are we watching this? Why do we care about the main guy? You know? Why can't Tom Hardy just use his British accent? Why does he have to be American? If he was walking around in the streets of New York like this, like, I'm going to fucking get justice. No matter who I've got to shoot through the throat with a harpoon gun. Now that's a movie, bro. A Cockney dude in New York shooting cunts with harpoon guns. Sign me up. And call it, check this out, the White Whale, bro. Captain Abraham or whatever the fuck his name is. I don't know if I've ever read Moby Dick. Call it Moby Dick. Now we're talking, dude. Have him be blind in one eye so he kind of looks like a sailor, like a pirate. He's fucking walking around New York. He's like, where's the girl? Well, if you don't fucking tell me where she is, I'm going to put this hook right through your gums and drive you around the streets of Tribeca. Tell me where she is. All right. Last I heard, she was in Chinatown. Now we're fucking talking, bro. Somebody owes me money for this. Somebody owes me money for Moby Dick, bro. This is a film. This is a film. Matter of fact, we're going to release the script to the short of Moby Dick. We'll release that maybe on Instagram. You guys give that a read, and maybe we can collab with somebody, because this is a film, bro. I'm going to write this script. Well, probably not this weekend because it's Mother's Day. And shout out to the mothers, by the way. Shout out to Rach. Shout out to my mum. Shout out to your mum, and shout out to your mum's mum. All right? All the mums out there working hard. It's a tough gig, I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that. It's a tough gig. Shout out to those of you with 2 kids, 3 kids, and 3+. That's what we're doing. We're not talking about 4, 5, 6. 3+, just like LGBTQIA plus or whatever. No, LGBT plus. We're going to end it at the T, I think. Just like 3 kids, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3+. We'll leave it at that. You got 3+, then I don't even care to learn their names, really. I'll learn the names of the first 2, and then it's on you to introduce us every time we meet. If that's how many kids you want to have. That's on you, bro. I didn't ask you to have all these kids. Now I got to remember names. I'm trying to remember jokes, you know? Don't have the bandwidth for all that. Yeah, okay. Tony, Andrea, and whatever the fuck. And if you don't introduce me to the third one every time, I'm going to call your kid whatever the fuck, okay? And that's going to be their first word. So introduce me every time to your kid, your third kid. I'll remember the first 2. Tony and Andrea, whatever the fuck, all right? Introduce me. You decided. Strong cast, like I said. What's his name? Tom Hardy. You got Timothy Oliphant. And that's impressive because he's sexy, bro. Still sexy. He's an older gentleman now, but he still looks good. He looks thinner. And sometimes when you get on Ozempic, and I mean, he shouldn't. Maybe he's just been working out, eating less or whatever, stuff that I should be doing. He looks skinny. Sometimes when you get a bit skinny, you get gaunt in the face and you don't look as good. And I think that's kind of like, he just, not as good, like he looks good, but he just looks older. He looks mad older. But I haven't seen him for a while, so maybe he's just older. Whatever. I don't know what I'm talking about. But it was a shame that they couldn't get the movie to be as strong as the cast was. Just those 2. And then you got the girl, I've got her name here, Jessie May Lee. Straight up Olivia Munn's younger sister, like honestly. And I don't know if that's racist because they're both like obviously mixed Asians, but dude, people tell me I look like Steph Curry, Michael Beasley. Jada Pinkett Smith, all that shit, bro. So I don't think that's racist. I think I'm just a bald guy, light-skinned guy. And I think these are two hot, mixed Asian girls that need to be on OnlyFans. So shout out to Jessie May Lee. Don't know if I've ever seen her before. I didn't check her IMDb, but she was good. She was actually really good and young, so promising career ahead of her. Unless she decides to have 3+ kids, she's gonna have to take a lot of maternity leave and maybe never get a gig again. But I heard Candace Owens is trying to get Weinstein out of jail. So I mean, you could get a job. If he gets back, anyone can get a job. If he gets out of jail, I'm flying to Los Angeles. I'm gonna suck him off, and you'll see me in the next blockbuster. So. Yeah, good luck to Weinstein, bro, because I could use some work, especially in like some type of, if he wants to get back into like good, like R-rated comedies, I'll suck him off and swallow the gravy, brother. I will go full fucking victim over it. I will go and do it, and then later in a decade come out and just be like, he made me do this. I regret it because it ended up being a bad movie, or I didn't win an award, or he didn't put me in another one or whatever. So then I'll snitch on him a second time. And it'll be like, it won't be Me Too. It'll be like, I'm gay too or something. It'll just be like a second Me Too movement of homosexuality instead of like lady rape or whatever. But I think that's pretty much all the notes I had here. I say it's a 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10 dirty cops. Yeah, it just wasn't coherent enough for me. A lot of action. If you just want some just blind action, go ahead, watch it. Watch it on mute. Watch it on mute. It might be easy to watch. It was pretty brutal, the sound design, like just the amount of rounds fired directly into your skull. I felt like I was being shot at. And not in a good way. Not because the sound design was so good. It was just like shots didn't stop happening. It was all I could hear for another 24 hours. But yeah, just pure action. But like that Rebel Ridge movie where there was shots fired, I think, but he didn't kill anyone. I liked that because I didn't even realize until the movie finished. I was like, oh, he didn't kill anyone. That's fire. So much action and like a lot of violence, but without a death. That's pretty elite. This was death everywhere, which you need. You need a balance. But I think we could have seen like some more John Wick level or like the Raid level violence. Some real, just don't even put Tom Hardy in it. Put him in something where he's got to be a method actor. Put him in Moby Dick. And then put an actual martial artist, Jet Li or someone younger. I don't know the new guy or whatever, but someone, make them the main character of this, and then there's bang, you're in there. Then the stunts are so good you forget what the storyline even is, and then you gets the kid at the end, and I was like, oh shit, yeah, he's looking for that guy. That's right, cool. Fucking hell, 9 out of 10 or whatever. But this is a 4 out of 10. I wouldn't like highly recommend it. I'm not really recommending it at all, man. If you want to see Tom Hardy act, he's great in a lot of other shit, and he's great in this. He's fine in it, but the movie's just not strong enough, and that's it, man. And if you want a story about a drug deal gone wrong, I can give it to you. It's not me, and that sounds like I'm trying to get out of it, but it's actually not me. It's a friend of mine's story. Let's call him Nige, and Nige called his plug, wanted a bag, and guy comes and delivers. He takes it, and he's like, "This is a different feeling. This doesn't feel right. Usually I get all jacked up off this shit, and all of a sudden I just want to sit here and like kind of be stuck." And he had more and more, and then he's like, and then he's doing it with a friend too that's like kind of like into drugs and shit. His friend's like, dude, I'm pretty sure this is ketamine. It's like, no. He's like, nah, like, I know you're not supposed to really do returns to drug dealers, but I think you should call your guy. Calls his guy up. He's like, dude, I think you gave me ket. Dude looks at his suppliers like, oh my fucking God, I did give you ket. Discount on your next bag. Gave him a discount. Gave him his next bag for half price, and he got to keep the cat. I don't know if he finished the cat, but he went into a K-hole. He went into a fucking K-hole. He said his arms were up and everything. He looked like the son of God sitting on the edge of a fucking, 7-seater. One of those L-shaped couches or whatever. He's just sitting on the edge of it like this. Son of God. Just like, my mother never had sex. No, he can't even scream. He's just literally awake but asleep at the same time. Which is, sometimes we need a rest, bro. So don't... let's not be judged, or ye not be judged, or whatever the fuck old English saying that is. Anyway, I can't stop swearing. I love you guys. Don't forget to love yourselves. Go to claimingmouthcomedy.com. And as always, bung bung.